Hey up everyone, how are we all doing? My name is Kee, we are back live for another Premier League game. We've got Nottingham Forest against Brentford today. We were going to watch Chelsea against Palace, but I'll be honest, I'm not really that fussed by it. I'm really not fussed. I have focused more on Forest and Brentford today, and I think that's going to be the better game, to be honest. Let me know what you think. I mean, look, we'll keep updated for sure on Chelsea and Palace and all the stuff that's going on at Stamford Bridge. I'll keep you updated as the game is going on, but I am watching Forest against Brentford. I think that's going to be where all of the action is happening. M157, thank you very much for the hearts. Really appreciate it, mate. Thank you for the likes, for the shares, all that good stuff. If you are new around here, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Really do appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to this one. I'm more looking forward to the 4:30, I've got to be honest. I am looking forward to United and Arsenal. That one's really, really tough to call, isn't it? What do we think of this one, by the way? Let's go through the lineups. I haven't looked at them yet. But what do we think of the lineups for... what do we think of the predictions for this one and for United and Arsenal later? So, I'll tell you what, let's do Chelsea. Let's do Chelsea and Palace lineups, because I haven't gone through those just yet. So, Chelsea... Ooh, Chelsea's lineup's looking interesting. So, Robert Sanchez in goal, Reece James right back, Cucurella left back, but they have started two academy products at the middle. So, they've got Achampong and Chalobah at centre back. Now, I don't care what any Chelsea fan says. How many Chelsea fans have we had in the chats over the last couple of weeks where they've been saying, Chelsea are going to win the league? Alright, mate, Chelsea's going to win the league this season. I'm certain of it. No, you're not, right? And the reason you're not going to win it is because you've got Achampong, Chalobah and Sanchez as part of your spine. It ain't going to happen. It is not. There's absolutely no chance it's going to happen. They've got Caicedo and Fernandes and Palmer in front of them. Palmer playing as a 10. I am yet to believe that Cole Palmer is a number 10. If I'm really honest, I think Cole Palmer is wasted in the 10. I think he's a right-sided player. Honestly, I really do. Neto is wide right and Gittins is wide left with Palmer in the 10 and João Pedro at centre forward. For Palace, it's Henderson in goal, Lacroix, Richards and Mark Gay at the back. Mark Gay playing in spite of the links to Liverpool this week. Very credible links as well. Paul Joyce and various others reporting on it. Tyrick Mitchell at left back, Munoz right wing back, Will Hughes and Adam Wharton in midfield, and then it's that same front three, the one that caused Liverpool all the problems last week in the Community Shield. Eberechi Eze, who is seemingly on his way to Spurs, Ismail Assar and Jean-Philippe Mateta. So yeah, that's your Chelsea Palace lineups. Interesting, very much interesting to see how they get on. We'll keep you updated. With Forest and Brentford is as follows. Ooh, some interesting lineups there as well. So Matt Sells in goal for Forest. Ola Aina, Milenkovic, Murillo, Williams at the back. That's pretty much the same as it was last year, isn't it? Nothing really has changed. Then it's Sangare, Anderson and Gibbs-White in midfield. And Doy comes in. The new signing comes in on the right. Hudson-Odoi on the left and Chris Wood up front at centre forward. So yeah, lots of changes there for Forest. Obviously Igor Jesus on the bench, Cunha on the bench as well, the guy who's coming from Botafogo, Marato, Yates, Jota Silva, Bolly, Awonyi, Zaka, but doesn't really feel like there's an awful lot of quality there on the bench for Forest to call upon. For Brentford, it's Quivine Kelleher in goal. Looking forward to seeing him. Rico Henry, Vandenberg, Nathan Collins and Coyote, the new signing at right back. In midfield, they have got Yarmolyuk, Jensen and Anthony Melambo. Melambo coming in from Feyenoord. He's only 20 years of age. That's going to be a very, very big start, a big test for him coming into the starting lineup at Brentford in a Premier League game at the City Ground. That's going to be huge. Melambo starting in the 10. Fabio Carvalho off the left, Lewis Potter off the right, and Igor Thiago, who came to Brentford with such a massive sort of reputation, coming in from Club Brugge. Everyone thought he would be this incredible player. Got a big injury, a huge injury last year, and it kept him out for most of the season. And he's still only 24, Brazilian, Lots and lots expected of him. He did very, very well at Club Brugge, and maybe this is his season. Who knows? Maybe he's the one to keep an eye on. But yeah, lots expected of Igor Thiago up front. Brentford have got Schade on the bench, Roslev on Yaker, Hickey, Jordan Henderson on the bench. Why is Jordan Henderson on the bench? That doesn't make any sense, does it? There you go. That's your lineups. Let me get stuck into TikTok and we can go through your thoughts on that. Ostermorg, Schade on the bench, Rubes, Hickey, how's the joint 24th? Best FPL player in their own league. Am I really? I haven't seen it. In fairness, most of mine are playing today. I think anyway. I can't remember. Am I actually rock bottom? Nah, I'm not rock bottom, but I'm not far off. Let's have a look. How am I actually getting on? Yeah, so I've got Kelleher still to play, Gay still to play, Palmer still to play, João Pedro and Sarr still to play. Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I've got loads left. Still loads of time. That's why I'm bottom. Ostermark, Lewis Poster listed as a defender on FPL. He's on the wing hole today, isn't he? He is. He's right wing, yeah. But he's a defensive right winger because Coyote will bomb forward. So, Callum the Red, good to see they have 2 games on at 2 PM. That's their new schedule, isn't it? I think so. Yeah, I think so. So we're gonna have to make some big decisions this season on who we're gonna watch. Here's Oliver Glasner having a quick chat, quick chinwag before kickoff. I have got an awful lot of games on today. In terms of tips, if you wanna know some. Joe Wisser could be done in the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's hope it is, because it means that Liverpool get there, man. Although saying that, it ain't going to happen. Liverpool aren't going to sign Isak until after that game on the 25th. That ain't going to happen. No chance. Midtjylland still 0-0. Anderlecht still 0-0. Thank you for sharing the live, by the way. Thank you for the likes and the shares. Really appreciate it. Micah Richards, Daniel Sturridge and Roy Keane are the guests on Soccer Saturday today. Joe, don't start. Don't start. Callum, apparently Isak said he wants to face Newcastle. Oh, yes. I love it. It's going to be so much fun next week. Even if Newcastle beat us, it's going to have been a laugh in it, because they're going to absolutely lose their heads. If somehow Liverpool win at St James's, it's going to be a minging set of first couple of weeks. Mark, who's going to score first, Sesko or Gyökeres in the Man U versus Arsenal game? Mark? Who's Mark? Sebs, what team do you support? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. Under the Floodlight says 3-1 Chelsea. Kee and I, you watching the Man U v Arsenal game? I am, absolutely, yes, I am. I'll be live straight after this one. Sebs, I'm a Spurs fan. What a performance from you lads yesterday. Richarlison finding his feet, finding his form again. You love to see it. Richie. But yeah, who's going to score first, Sesko or Gyökeres? I don't think either of them score. I don't think either of them do. I think it ends up being maybe Mbeumo and Cunha who sort of win the day for United, and for Arsenal, if it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Saka. Yeah, I don't particularly rate either Gyökeres or Sesko, to be honest. Daniel, is Will still a football genius or only NFL? Will is still a football genius. Yes, he is. But he's still only a baby. You've got to give him time. He's still young. He's still making mistakes. M157 is Sesko starting. We don't know yet. I'll keep you updated, but we won't know until probably about 3 o'clock, 3:30, about another hour or so. Joe, you really hate Gyökeres. I don't hate Gyökeres. I just don't think he's very good. So I don't hate him. I've spent the morning winding Newcastle fans up. Not winding Newcastle fans up, that's probably harsh. But there's been people on Twitter just kicking off about Alexander Isak's so unprofessional. So, I just dropped a few comments in there about, he gave you 12 months. And then he reminded you again after 3 months. I would say he's done all right. He's done the right thing. Done the right thing by his employer. And they've all booted off on me. I've had all sorts this morning. You don't even know what you're talking about. Shut up, Tubby. Some guy replied. It was dead funny. Some guy replied and said, something about, I don't know, he had a personal dig. He threw a personal dig out. And I looked at his Twitter and he'd made 44,000 tweets in the last 2 years. So I just went on the calculator and I just typed it in. I went 44,000 divided by, I think it was like 700 and something days that he'd had his Twitter account. I was like, mate, assuming you sleep for 8 hours a day, you have literally been tweeting every 15 minutes, every day, for the last 2 and a bit years. Go outside and enjoy the sunshine. It's lovely. And he fell to bits. He absolutely lost it. He started throwing even more personal insults. So I might get some people, some Newcastle fans, some angry Geordies coming in. So Joe, I'm gonna need you to defend me if we get some angry Geordies coming in. Ollie, why this over Chelsea v Palace? Because it's gonna be a better game, I think. It's going to be a better game, and it's between two teams who, if I'm dead honest, I think actually end up being. I think there's a bigger question mark over these two teams. Whereas Chelsea finished 4th last year, and they're gonna finish 4th again. Palace, the most interesting thing about Crystal Palace this season is not the league; it's going to be how they do in Europe. Joe, don't know why people are still arguing about Isak. It's obvious he's going. I've just forgot about him now. Yeah, to be honest, it's more that people are just getting so aggy about it. Chimey, is Neto starting? Yep, Neto starts. Cole Palmer in the 10. And we all know, I absolutely, honestly, I hate that. I hate Cole Palmer in the 10. Rubes, I'm an adopted Geordie, so you'll have me to deal with. Callum, just tell the Geordies that the Mackhams are above them. And they might be even further above them next week, because I think Sunderland are going to beat Burnley, and I think Newcastle won't beat Liverpool. They might not lose, but they won't beat us. So it might well be that they're maybe 4 points behind Sunderland as of next week. Kean, do you think Lisandro Martinez will perform this season? He's not a bad player, Lisandro Martinez, if he stays fit. Reveal Clothing, who's the standout player so far over the weekend? The standout player, I would say there's a few. I would say if I'm doing my, should we do top 3? Top 3 or top 5? Let's do top 5. Why not? I could do top 5. So, in no particular order, I would say the players that have really stood out to me this weekend would be Diarra from Sunderland, who we watched yesterday. I mean, my ender was good, yeah, Callum. My ender was good, but I didn't think he was. He just scored a very good goal. I thought for the rest of the game he was pretty tame, whereas Diarra I thought was terrific start to finish. So I think Diarra from Sunderland was absolutely exceptional. I think you'd have to say Richarlison at Spurs, after what he's been through as well, was really poignant as well. I'd probably say in the Liverpool game, I think you'd probably have to include both Semenyo and Ekitike. In the Brighton and Fulham game that stood out, Diarra stood out in the Sunderland West Ham game. The Villa Newcastle game was absolutely dreadful. Bezo, actually, the Villa goalkeeper Bezo was quite good. Ostermorg, Kudus had a good debut. Yeah, Kudus, that's very fair. Kudus did have a good debut too. But those would be my top 5. Fatboy 007, Glasner will go. If Parish don't give him some money, there'll be no shortage of clubs that want him. Absolutely, I think Glasner's next one, you know. Next one to go to a big club. Not that Palace aren't a big club, but you know what I mean. A big top Champions League side. M157, 5k likes before a game even starts. What a guy. Cheers for that, M157. Appreciate the likes and the shares, everyone. If you can, tap the screen, all that good stuff. Steve McNair, hello all. Thanks for the stream, Kee. No worries, Steve. Good to have you on, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the all the love, all the likes, all the shares, all the follows, and all that good stuff. Callum, how have Ipswich missed? I haven't got Ipswich on. I should be putting Ipswich on, really, shouldn't I? Let's have a look. Let's have Ipswich on for the next 8 minutes. Oh, there you go. That's why. 1-1. Oh, there's only 5 minutes left. Ipswich 1, Southampton 1. Oh, 2 minutes left. 5 minutes of added on time. Ipswich starting the season with back-to-back draws. 1-1s as well. Saints will be happy with this. This is a good start from Will still. He's managed to win a very tricky opening day at home to Wrexham, and then he's gone away to Portman Road and got a good point against a team that would be favourites to... Oh yeah, and there's a chance they might nick it. Southampton nick it again twice in a week in injury time. Can you imagine that? They might do, you know. Southampton might actually nick it here. Chimey, Reinders, best debut ever. Thoughts? Best debut ever? No. How can he be the best debut ever? He was good, like, but let's be honest, mate, it was Wolves. It was a Wolves side that had just lost their 2 best players and haven't replaced them. Like, Wolves were pretty dreadful last season, and they've lost Cunha and Ait Nouri. Like, everyone's drooling over City, but let's be honest, they're playing a team that have been shredded apart and weren't great last season anyway. So, yeah, I think Reinders he played a very good game, and I think he's a very good player, by the way. But there'll be tougher tests for City. Much tougher tests. Chimey, he was untouchable. Yeah, but mate, he was in a midfield. Look who he was up against. Just look who he was up against. Eddie, afternoon Eddie, how's it going? D28. It's crazy to think Sunderland's new goalie only started his professional career 2 years ago, and now he's in the Premier League. Southampton with a flick on. Referee's giving a free kick. Joe, Kee, I thought we were pretty decent yesterday, just lacking a finisher. A finisher? See, no, Joe, I think that puts a lot of the intent or the sort of speculation, the eyes back on Isak. If Isak was here, we'd have won that. I disagree purely because how many chances did you actually create? There's only one that I can really remember, and it was Elanga. Elanga got clean through and smashed it at Bezo. I don't remember too many other chances for Newcastle in that game. So, if I'm dead honest, I don't think a striker would have made all that much of a difference yesterday. The bigger issue for Newcastle was midfield. You didn't really look all that together in midfield. And that seems to be what some of the other fans have been saying as well. Gordon's header. The Gordon header, but I don't think Gordon's performance is in any way indicative of the lack of a... Like, I thought Gordon did terrific up front. I thought, if anything, he gave a really good account of himself. AC wasn't dreadful. What are we on about? And I tell you what Gordon did do. He got a player sent off. Ilanga looks electric. Just early days. Yeah, I think he's gonna frustrate Ilanga if he doesn't start finishing though. He'll get himself into good positions. There you go, AC. I agree with it. End product wasn't great. I don't think he looked dreadful. Ace. I've got to kind of go in between the two of you there because I don't think he looked dreadful, Ilanga. He did look sharp, but his end product wasn't great. Yeah. M15. This one is on Sky Premier. Is it main event Premier? Yeah, I think it's on main event or Premier. One of the two. Liam, good to see you, Liam. How's it going? Eddie, I think Gordon led the line. Take a point, it's still early days. I agree, yeah. I think Anthony Gordon did really, really well up there. And I don't think Alexander Isak could have really done much better, to be honest. I don't think he could put anyone up there, to be honest, at centre-forward, and they would have massively changed how Newcastle played or... Yeah, I thought Gordon pressed incredibly well. Really, really well. He was very intense from the off. Didn't really have too many chances. And like I said, I think he got Konza sent off. I don't think Konza should have been sent off at all. But it was, a point at Villa Park is no bad thing at all. You're right, Joe. I would agree with that. Lewis, do you do watch-alongs to the Champions League and La Liga? I do, mate. Yes, La Liga, Champions League, Europa League, Conference League. I'm doing 2 Champions League games on Tuesday and Wednesday, Rangers and Celtic. Plus we're doing La Liga. I might do La Liga tonight. I'm not sure on that one yet. But La Liga I do, yeah. Bundesliga, Liga, everything. Eddie, if we don't get the ball in the box, would it matter who plays? Exactly, yeah. I'd say I don't think Newcastle got the ball in the box often enough, and I don't think they necessarily got players in like an overload. If you know, I don't think they committed enough bodies forward. That felt like Eddie Howe's tactical decision to me. That felt like Eddie Howe going, we're quite content with a point. Let's just make sure we don't get beat, and that's probably not a bad idea, to be honest. He got a point at Villa Park. You'd take that. Rubes, here we go. City ground, mist rolling in from the Trent. Nothing quite beats the City ground roar. Rubes, my dad's real brother played for Nottingham Forest. Didn't you say this yesterday? You said this yesterday. He asked you what his name was and then you didn't reply. You're going to say something like, it was, I don't know, Des Walker or someone like that. Joe, the new set piece invention's looking creative. Yeah, kicking each other in the box. Cheers, M15. What a guy. Appreciate it, mate, as always. What a legend. Right, it's a minute silence here for Diogo Jota and Andre, his brother. I've got Brentford in the wrong kit. Got Brentford in the wrong kit. I thought they'd be in the brown and gold number, but no, they're in the lovely sky blue. So I'm going to have to change that. Keith Andrews on his managerial debut. What do we think? Big test this for Brentford, isn't it? And into the forest I go to lose my mind and find my soul. Eze and Gay starts. George Peel, Sunderland played amazing against West Ham. They certainly did, George. Absolutely right, mate. Sunderland were terrific. Absolutely terrific. Watched them yesterday and they were brilliant. I thought they were fabulous. Diarra in midfield was incredible. Mayenda's one of my favourite players to watch. in the Championship. I think he's got a big future. Right, here we go. Forest about to get us underway, and they do at the City Ground. We're off and underway. So glad Premier League footy's back. Isn't it brilliant? Isn't it really good? We don't have to deal with frigging the Club World Cup and all that nonsense that we had over the summer. Eddie Allen, what's your thoughts on the goalkeeper 8 seconds fiasco? Honestly, I think it's the right thing. We've got to start punishing time wasting. And I think it's the right thing to start being very clear on what we expect from referees. I think referees get a really hard deal. Like, a lot of people attack referees, and I feel like I have massive sympathy with them. Because they can never really win. Either way, they get it wrong. So I feel like we need to support that. That's the way we actually get better, in the game. I think we have to give referees more authority, and we have to be really supportive of them, and what a difficult job it is. I would love it if we gave referees more power. Not take the power away, give them more power. Jamie, what game are you watching? I'm watching Forest against Brentford. George, backward to the promised land, away the lads is right. I've backed Sunderland to stay up this year, George, as well. Joe, their only win this season, though. What a shame, eh? M157, what time are you on? I am on 1 minute 45. I think they beat Burnley next year. Oh, my goodness me. Shocking positioning from Matt Sells, and he very nearly gives it away. Phew, that wouldn't have been the start he wanted. That is not the one we wanted. Just an absolute howler, that from Matt Sells. Robert, do you really want Isaac? Because if he treats you like this, you'll be next when he wants to leave you. Robert, he hasn't done anything wrong, mate. He hasn't done anything wrong. Like, honestly, you guys, I feel like you owe Isaac an apology, not the other way around. Eddie, will you please wish my world-famous Dundee United good luck today, thanks. Absolutely, I will. Much love to the Terrors. Much love to the Terrors. It's a shame they went out of Europe. I really enjoyed watching Dundee United the other night. Joe, I'm still booing him either way. M15, they haven't had a big player since Alan Shearer. They don't know how to handle it. I don't think that's the case, but I do think you need to embrace letting players go, I guess. Charmy, when are you planning on doing your first La Liga watch along this season, Kee? I was looking at tonight's Espanyol against Atletico Madrid. I really wanted to watch that, but I don't know. It just feels like it's a bit late, isn't it? It's another like 10:30, 11 o'clock finish. So I don't know. I'll see. 3-star Reds just muted you for a minute, Kee, while I stood and paid tribute to Diogo and his brother. Yeah, no, I get that, absolutely. Leon, why aren't you watching Chelsea? Because I think this is the better game. I do. I think this is the much more interesting game from a point of view of Keith Andrews. What happens, him coming in and replacing Thomas Frank. It's a really interesting story around these two clubs. Nottingham Forest. Look, 3-star Reds, one of our regular followers on this channel. I don't think he'll thank me for saying it, but there's a lot of angry, negative narratives around Nottingham Forest this season because of the way they've behaved in the Crystal Palace Europa League, Conference League saga. And obviously Nuno Santos said that he's not particularly happy with the squad. So how Forest do after last season, where they played really well and nearly got in the Champions League. Some might say they should have got in the Champions League after the position they got themselves in. What happens with Forest now going forward? What happens with Brentford? People have taken Brentford to go down. I don't buy it. I really don't buy it. I think Brentford are going to be absolutely fine. But yeah, for me, I thought this was the better game. Ostermorg, how many times do you reckon Pickford will get done for holding onto the ball for 8 seconds on Monday? Chris Wood, there you go! Forest 1-0. It started. There's the goal. What a finish that was from Chris Wood. Ball comes down off the corner kick. Bit of a scrappy one. It falls at his feet and he just prods it into the corner. But there you go. 5 minutes in. Forest 1-0 up. Chris Wood. Nuno Santo's got the start he wanted. Prodded it straight in. Get in. Roberts. Sorry, what are we saying? Reese. Also, did you see this whole 8-second rule thing? Alisson held onto the ball for 10 seconds. Cheats. Behave yourself. Twisted Fate. Key. The closer our game gets, the more confident I grow. Mananakis is a fraud. Just for 3-star reds. Oh my god. Listen, United and Arsenal is going to be a good fun watch this afternoon. We'll enjoy watching United and Arsenal. Charmy, I said Wood was the player to buy. Teams are so stupid. Teams don't look at Chris Wood and think, with the greatest of respect to Chris Wood, they don't look at him and think he's going to be a player that can get us 15 to 20 goals. He did it last season, but I think everyone quite rightly thought he was maybe a bit of an anomaly. What's happened? Christ, someone's got... Is it a bleeding nose? What's happened there? There's someone on the Brentford bench who's got blood pouring from the face, seemingly. What's happened there? Someone thrown something from the crowd, maybe? Or has he walked into a... I don't know, Christ knows, something must have happened. Reece says Chris Wood and R9, what's the difference really? Eddie, the Wolves Diogo Jota tribute was what football is all about. We all come together. Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it? The marching in fields of gold. Yeah, very, very nice. Good touch from Wolves, that. Really lovely touch from a player. Obviously, he was their player for a number of years. And yeah, really, really lovely from Wolves, that. Lewis, probably hay fever. It looked like blood. I don't think he wouldn't have had 3 blokes around him patting his face if it was hay fever, surely. I mean, that would have been maybe a bit of overkill. But it was definitely, there was people like maybe they were putting makeup on him. I don't know, but it looked like he was bleeding. 3-star Red says 3 or more, and Nottingham Forest the top of the league. Reece getting his makeup done. Yeah, just getting a little touch up done here and there, just making sure he was looking all right on camera. Eddie, I've just seen the Wood goal. I think Newcastle should have kept him. They probably wish they had now. given that Isak's going, they could be forgiven for going and getting Chris Wood. It was a good little finish, a little prod into the corner. Joe Key, how have you been egged by that Chester fan yet? How have you been egged? Which one? Oh, the one who says he's going to come to my house, who knows where I live, who knows what school I went to. Is it that one? I didn't know he was a Chester fan. Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. Oh, mate, I've not heard from him. He comes in, I don't know, maybe once or twice a week and says that. I know where you live. I know what school you went to. I'm going to come and I'm going to egg your house. Fight me. Come outside and fight me and all this. You'd be amazed. You would be amazed at some of the mad people who've said stuff to me since I started this channel. All I do is talk football. And the amount of people who've, like, threats and all sorts. Oh, you have all sorts messaging you. It's been an eye-opener, even for me. Anderlecht to 2-0 up. Michael Kieran, I thought you would be watching the Chelsea match, as they're likely to be one of Liverpool's major rivals for the title. They are FIFA World Club champions, beating PSG, the team of the moment. No, I disagree, Michael. I think this is the better game to watch, as it's proven to be. Forest have already gone a goal up. I think it's going to be an interesting watch, given we don't know what's happened with Brentford this season, the changes to the manager and everything. Chelsea, I don't think are title challengers, no. And the fact that they won a pre-season tournament doesn't change that. Shot from Forest again. Really good play from Forest. Very sharp around the box. Who needs new signings? Who needs them? Reece, you're treading a fine line, you and Joe. You're treading a very, very fine line asking that. Oh, very nearly again. Forest far side. It's all Forest opening 10 minutes here. Brentford just need to ride the wave a little bit. Twisted Fate says United pulling off some PR, uploading a video of Khalil singing what? Country Roads at Old Trafford. I respect it though. Oh my God. 3-star Red. I think everyone being against Forest this season can only help the team play better. We'll never hold grudges though against anyone who dislikes Forest. I don't dislike Forest. I ain't got an issue with Forest at all. I really like your kit. If I didn't have my rule of buying Premier League kits that aren't Liverpool, I would. I think Forest's home kit's very, very nice. Never really had an issue with Forest, the club. So, yeah, no, I've no issue with Forest, but I get what you mean. Yeah, get what you mean. Christ, everyone seems to hate Liverpool at the minute as well. Because we've dared to ask for the availability of the best striker in the league, or one of. Joe, the amount of people saying it yesterday was unreal. Mate, it'll always be the case. It'll always be the case for those 3 o'clocks. For those 3 o'clock kickoffs, they'll inevitably come in and say, are you showing the game? Show the game, lad. Why are you not showing the game? Show the game. Where do you watch this? Where can I watch this? Honestly, I feel like I might just change this board on TikTok. I've got a little thing on TikTok. I might just change that to say, I am not a TV guide. Yeah, you seem to have mistaken me for a search engine. If I can find this, so can you. Google is your friend, lads. Liam, you're a Liverpool supporter, but big up other teams. It's called respect, and you getting hate is not called for. I'm a big lad. I can deal with it. Doesn't upset me. I watch football for a living. I can't be sad. Can't be sad. There's nothing, literally nothing anyone could say to upset me. I'm too happy. I am just loving life at the minute. I watch foot. Listen, I've worked in all these different jobs, and for this little moment in my life, this little 12-month period in my life, where it might crash and burn, it might fail, I'm looking at it and going, I've got 12 months here where I'm just going to watch football. How good's that? How good's that? Brilliant. I love it. Palace have scored. It's 1-0. Eberechi Eze has scored to put Palace in front at Stamford Bridge. Let's watch the goal. How was it? It's a free kick. Free kick about maybe 13 yards out. Oh, Robert Sanchez. Right. Any Chelsea fans who try and tell me they're going to win the title, you are having a laugh. They have just smashed the ball. Eze has smashed the ball straight down the middle of the goal. And it's gone through Robert Sanchez. Joe, you're going to fight for the TV rights tomorrow. Hopefully, mate, yeah. M15-7 soon, you'll be raking it in. Listen, like I said, I'll live just if I get a few shekels here and there. I'm not bothered about. I don't need massive money. I'm fine. I am happy on a pittance. Steve McNair, been around forever. What a rocket. Chris Wood seems like he's 50 years old. I remember using New Zealand in FIFA 2010 and he was the one player above 70 overall. Why was you using New Zealand? Was that one of them where you're playing like a family member who's never played it before and they pick Real Madrid and you have to pick someone really rubbish? That was always the rule in my house. Like my big brother would say, I'll play, but I get to pick your team. I'd be like, all right, fine. And he'd pick Barcelona or someone, and he'd have Messi and everyone, and I'd be like, I don't know, Shrewsbury. or whoever, and be like, that's your team. You're playing with the second division Polish side. Still beat him anyway. Reece Eze's just scored a worldy free kick. That wasn't a worldy free kick. How is anyone watching that and blaming anyone other? That's got to be Robert Sanchez has got to save that. If a ball goes down the middle of the goal, it's got to go to the keeper. Keeper's got to save that. I'm sorry. Steve McNair had to get the achievement for winning the World Cup with an Oceania team. All right, okay. 3-star Reds, this is my first full season of Premier League, Dad, since subscribing. I can't wait to see how the season pans out for all the teams. Bloody hell. First full season of... Well, hopefully it's a full season. Hopefully it's a full season. Sam, what are we watching? We are watching... oh, it's been ruled out. Why? Why has it been ruled out? Well, they're very lucky then, Chelsea, because I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. It's been ruled out for a foul. That is madness. Absolutely madness, that. Steve McNair, I have never seen that before. It was so lucky, but yeah, like I said, Chelsea's, that doesn't change anything for me because Robert Sanchez has to save that. So the fact that it comes through a load of bodies and Sanchez doesn't get anything on it when it's right at him, that's exactly why Chelsea won't win the league. Ball stood up to the far post for Forest. Cleared away. A4A, the refereeing this season so far has been shocking. Do we think so? I'm not sure it has been, to be honest. I think it's been okay. There's a couple of decisions you look at and think I don't understand why they've given it, but I think that's the problem with VAR is the expectations have been set with VAR that the refs are going to get everything right. Oh, must be Forest. Oh, very nearly 2-0 there. Big strike. Oh, good save by Quaveen Kelleher. Chimey VAR starting their nonsense already. Tony, morning Premier League Dad. Love the content as always. Cheers, mate. Good to see you. How are things? FM No Casuals made refs proper lazy as VAR. They don't have to call it, do they? They know that they've got that backup. They don't want to make the big call. And I think that's probably a guidance thing. That's probably not referees per se. That's probably the guidance from the FA and the IFAB and whatever. Probably saying to him, listen, if you see something but you're not 100%, if you're 100% give it, if you're not 100%, let it ride and VAR will look at it. That's probably what he's saying. That seems to be the threshold. Let VAR be your safety net. Because we'll then win as a team and we'll lose as a team. Tony, really positive. Appreciate you asking. Oh, that's good. That's amazing. I'm glad. It always feels like in the summer things get better for everyone. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the sunshine. But everyone I've spoke to recently is very, very smiley, very happy. Life's good. It's good for me as well. I'm feeling very positive with life at the minute. Tony put 10 on Forest straight up. I've heard so much about how Brentford are falling apart. Was I right to assume Forest would jump on him? Yes, I think so. Yeah, opening 20 minutes. It's definitely been all Forest. Brentford haven't really had a sniff. Matt Sells did give a pretty... He very nearly cost his team, Matt Sells. It would have been a howler. But other than that, there's not really been any other chances for for Brentford. Oh my God. Unlucky Gibbs White. I am Kroot. Amorim has a decent record against the Big Six. Liam says Palace are playing well. Coached by Reece is working on the pitch with Regis Lebris. Coached by Reece says Sunderland have got Burnley, Brentford and Palace next. I mean, I think Burnley will beat. I'm not sure about Brentford or Palace. Palace look the better team so far, says Steve. Tony, Twisted, I could see an upset of Arsenal today. I agree. I think Arsenal's going to struggle. I really do. Coyote it is who's gone down here for Brentford. Creme de la FM, up the Chelsea. Fire says Crystal Palace robbed. I am Crute. I know it's harsh to say after one game, but is it safe to say Potter is the first manager sacked? Yeah, I would say so, mate. Yeah, I think it's probably reasonable to say. He's not been anywhere close to his best, his Brighton best, has he? Steve McNair, Eze showing why everyone wants him. Joe says Slot gets sacked first. Creme de la Femme, are you not watching Chelsea Palace? No, I'm not watching Chelsea Palace. I have had a look at the Palace game. We flicked it over when Eze scored the goal that should have counted, to be honest. I don't understand why it wasn't counted. But no, I'm watching the Forest Brentford game. Olaina with the ball in, all the way over to the far side and out for a throw-in. Steve McNair, I hope you're right about Man United, Tony. I have them parlayed with Kamzat from last night's UFC. You've packed United and then a UFC fight. That's an odd one. Twisted Fate, the thing about Arsenal, unlike Spurs and Liverpool, is they've never exposed our midfield, so that's why I'm confident. Oh, I don't know. I think Arsenal's midfield's going to be a different kettle of fish this season with Zubamendi and Rice in there, and you lads have got a real issue in midfield. United are never ever going to be a cult. Like the attack's all right. The attack's actually quite good for United. The defence is less so, but the midfield is just a real problem, and I think Amorim knows that. And the goalkeeper situation. Who starts today in goal for United, by the way? Emiliano says Kamzat destroyed DDP. Diamond Dallas Page, is he in UFC now? The Diamond Cutter. Emiliano says please watch Bundesliga next weekend. I'd like to watch a bit of Bundesliga next weekend. Yeah, why it's on. We'll see. I've got to do the schedule this week. FM No Casuals. Man United worth it for the freeze. Creme de la FM, that interference. That's why it didn't count. There was no interference. You can't be ruling goals out for that. Robert Sanchez didn't cover himself in glory though, did he? The ball was fired straight down the middle at him. Oh, Brentford, really lovely play. At the edge of the box. Good shot. Good save from Sells. That was better. That was much, much better. Chiming, not even United fans back United. Steve McNair, professional degenerate over here. Mate, that makes two of us. That makes two of us, believe me. It's Twisted Fate. Hear me out, Key. We'll play 11 behind the ball, be hard to break down, then smack them on the counter. Is it the way I want to play? No, but a win is a win. You think you're going to beat Arsenal today? Okay. Hey, I'm here for it. Like I said, I'm game. If United beat Arsenal, I love that. But I'm hoping for any of those results, really. As long as I don't really want to draw, but I can live with a draw. I'd rather either of them get smashed. Like Arsenal putting 5 past United would be a little bit sweet. But United beating Arsenal in any way would be lovely as well. The mad thing is, if United beat Arsenal today and they do put 2 or 3 past them, I can guarantee you, immediately it will be, we can go for the league, you know. There's no limit to this team. We can go for the league. We can absolutely go for the league. Sky Sports Premier League, the actual offence for which the goal was ruled out was that when, what was it saying? Hang on. The actual offence for which the goal was ruled out was that when the ball was struck, Gay was within a metre of the Chelsea wall. Oh my God. Gay was within a metre of the Chelsea wall. That is pathetic. That is absolutely pathetic. That is actually what it was ruled out for. That is nonsense. That is... Oh, come on. That's stupid. You don't want to see goals ruled out for that. Where is he? No. No, I'm sorry. Chelsea have got away with that one. Rules are rules. Listen to you. The Eurovision Thong Contest. Absolutely shocking. I am Crute. I can't wait for the League Gunner tweets when United win. I am Crute. The Arsenal meltdown on Twitter. If United win, will be funny. Yeah. Lee Judges. Get Lee Judges on. He's done it again. Go out and get Eze before Spurs do. What phase is Amorim in? Oh, it's honestly shocking, isn't it? Tony, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down these walls. Rules are for nerds. There you go, you said it. Forrester in. Good defending by Coyote. Claim for the penalty. No chance. You're not getting that. Tony, like they say, there's a rule against... I don't think I can speak about that on this channel, mate, but I'll take your word for it. That invites a ban, I think, for me if I started speaking about that. So I'll leave that to your comment there. Creme de la FM, in my view, he pushed Caicedo away from a block and pushed him into blocking the keeper's sight. Come on. Come on. FM No Casual says, goal Lille. Rules are rules, yet we have VAR issues every week. If they just came out and said, VAR, as you know, as useful as it is at times, it is still ultimately operated by humans. We want to come out and state very clearly that VAR is not infallible. It will make mistakes. We will make mistakes every single game. It's because they brought VAR in with the expectation that we're never going to make any mistakes again. We're never ever going to need it. We're never. They should either completely kibosh it and accept that there will be mistakes, or have it and accept that there will be mistakes. There'll just be fewer of them. And fewer big ones, but they'll still get them wrong. You just have to accept that the mistakes will happen. Like, I don't understand how that wasn't a handball in the Liverpool-Bournemouth game the other day. He swipes at it. I've no idea how that's not a handball. I've no idea how lots of decisions have been arrived to over this weekend, but you just kind of have to take them on the chin. I am Crute. Do you think VAR will ever get scrapped? Nah, I don't think so, no. I think that there's too much emphasis now placed on like the money that's spent in the game that they wouldn't... There's no way that owners would want 150, 200 million pounds spent every window or whatever if they had any indication that maybe referees could influence their investment. Like, owners, clubs are pushing for more stringent measures. They want it really... Like, do you know how as VAR isn't operated from a what would make the game better point of view? It's made from a what lessens the risk on our investment point of view. So, like, the Premier League aren't bothered about a referee going over to the touchline and spending like a minute and a half reviewing a decision. They'll do that, no problem. Do you know what I mean? They're not bothered about that, because that everyone in the ground hates it, everyone watching it hates it, but the owners are fine with it because they're like, listen, send him over to the screen as many times as you want because we want the big decisions right. Twisted Fate, I don't think VAR is bad for the game. It's a quality idea to limit mistakes, but they can't deny that there is still mistakes happening and think they're right 100% of the time. That's what's annoying. I don't think they do think they're right 100% of the time. I think most referees would acknowledge that they're human and they get things wrong. I think the annoyance tends to come from fans, not necessarily yourself, by the way, but fans thinking that you're always going to get it right, and like you say, frequently it's wrong. M15, thank you very much, mate. What a guy. Appreciate that, buddy. What a hero. I am Crute. I think we've missed the boat with scrapping VAR. The Diaz goal against Spurs was time to do it. Liam Manning, refs need to back themselves over decisions. And Kremdel FM says Chelsea goal a matter of time now. They're all over Palace. Chimey says VAR was better than the Club World Cup. How so? I don't disagree with you, by the way, but why do you think it was better than the Club World Cup? What made it different? Stu, VAR still run by humans and they can still be biased. Well, do you think bias is the problem, Stu? Is it bias or is it just human error? I've not got a horse in the race, really. Well, I have got a horse in the race. I'm a football fan, the same as everyone here. But is it bias or is it human error? Swifty said big club bias. Big club bias. But all big clubs have had big decisions go against them as well. Clarky, what's your prediction for Manchester United versus Arsenal? I said yesterday that I thought Man United would nick it 2-1. And I don't know if I still feel that way. So I'm not sure. 2-1 was what I said before. I'll stick with it. Why not? Liam Manning, when refs done their courses, there was no VAR, so it's just a safety blanket. Don't need to use it. Creme de la FM, Chelsea will win this 4-0 and be top first day of the season and stay there all year. I am Crute says the big club bias, and yet the worst error with VAR was against Liverpool. I don't know about the biggest error, but certainly there's been a lot, hasn't there? Certainly been a lot against Liverpool, and you could argue quite a few against Arsenal as well. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure there is a. And again, I'm speaking from a point of view of Liverpool, a team that has had. We've been hurt by VAR, wrong decisions on VAR. I do think that. I don't think there is a corruption. Salty says VAR are more corrupt than the Ricky Jones judge. I don't think so. I don't think there's any evidence for that. But hey, to each their own. Forrest whipped the ball in. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. Twisted Fate, they had that weird computer program on the Club World Cup VAR that I liked showing off sides. It felt far more accurate instead of a drawn line. Isn't that the one that's being used in the World Cup next year? Could be wrong, but I think it is. Creme de la FM, I'm going to shock you here. Can I just shock you? I like VAR. I'd love to do a genuinely interesting VAR programme. There's a claim for a penalty here. The referee's just having a quick check. I don't really know why. It didn't really see it. It seemed rather innocuous, I have to say. There is a check. VAR on. Is it on a handball? No, it was for handball. The VAR check is complete. It's no handball. There is absolutely no way that is getting given. No, you can't give that as a handball. It does come a long way, but it's not being given. It's going to be a corner kick. Yeah, it does certainly come a long way, but I don't think it was a handball, that one. Chimey, those refs were not too strict. VAR ruling out free kicks is a step too far. Steve McNair, who else is convinced that just using graphic designers to edit the picture live for VAR replays shown on a... Yeah, really, really poor graphic designers as well. 3-star Reds when the ball went into the box. I think that one's one of them where... Oh, cleared away. Is that gone out for another corner? No. Yeah, I didn't think that was handball, to be honest. Or let me rephrase that. I don't want handball given for that sort of a thing. Like, do we all agree handball really does need... We need handball reform. Vote reform for handball. Yeah, reform. That's right. That. Yeah, we don't want that clipped up. But yeah, handball reform definitely. For me, it just looks ridiculous that we have handballs given for things that are absolutely, clearly not intentional, and then handballs like the one on Friday night, which definitely intent, and it just didn't get given. Ollie Marley, are you doing another match tonight? I don't know. I'll see. Probably not, no. But I've not made my mind up yet. I'll see how I feel after the Man United Arsenal game, because it's like 8:30 is the next game. Okay. Sam says, Key, breaking news, Isak will be fined. Has he? Has he been fined? He's not been fined as of yet. Yeah, no, he's not been fined as of yet. No breaking news at all there. Creme de la FM, Isak is going out on loan to Sunderland. Steve McNair, handball reform. Put it on the ballots. Oh Christ, don't do that. You'll have Farage all over it. Twisted Fate, it's annoying when a handball is given when the rules state unless in a natural position, yet handballs get given when they are in a natural position. That's what I mean. Like that one, the one that got given, I don't know if you watched it. We did it on this channel where we did Birmingham against Ipswich on the opening day of the Championship season. It's a Friday night game. And the ball comes over and it gets headed back and the defender the ball's gone over the defender's head. He's jumped backwards, right? The ball's gone over his head. It's been headed by another player behind him and it's hit the back of his hand here. So he has no idea where the ball is. He's jumping, so his arms have to be up for elevation, and it's just hit the back of his hand. It's not goal bound. He's not stopped deliberately. It's not intentional. It's not out of body shape. And the distance from the header to his hand was like this far. So I don't want to see handballs given for that. But if they are going to be, then you're going to get it given for every single time it hits the hand. It's frustrating, isn't it? A handball doesn't mean when the ball hits the hand. That isn't what handball is. User, what a return for Sunderland to the Premier League. Yep, fantastic, wasn't it? Really, really good performance from him. Rubes, I know apparently Key said that he wasn't scoring that much. I beg your pardon. I said that Wood wouldn't score the same number that he got last season. Three-star Reds, we need that second goal before half-time. Brentford are going to have to start coming back into this at some point. You would think they'll have moments in the game, won't they? They'll have moments. Rico Henry's done him there. Great play. Good ball. Chance. Must be. How have you missed it? Oh, it's going to be a corner to Brentford. I tell you what, they're very lucky there. Very, very good play down this left-hand side. Fabulous ball in. And Igor Jesus, I think it goes over for a corner. It does. I think it was Ndoye that gets done, actually. The new signing. Ndoye gets done by Rico Henry for pace. Now, Dan Ndoye was one of the fastest players in the entire Serie A. It's probably one of the fastest players in Europe last year. So that was surprising. He got done there, and a good bit of play by Brentford. Corner to Brentford here as well. They're starting to play really, really well. in these last couple of minutes. Yo, Samuel, will you be live for United v Arsenal? I know you don't care about both clubs, but still, I absolutely am going to be live for it, mate. Yes. Steve McNair should have had a couple already. That's true. Brentford, Palace, definitely. Palace. What am I saying? Palace. Forest have definitely had a couple of good chances, but Brentford now starting to come back into it. Creme de la FM, he was the most fouled player in Serie A last season. He was, yeah. That was one of the things I was looking at for FPL, because you can earn points, can't you, for fouls? So I was looking at him for a cheap option on FPL. Juve had to go in there. Juve already looking like a real steal for West Ham, and definitely in FPL. I'd be amazed if people haven't got Juve in now. If you aren't going and putting Juve into your team in FPL, you are missing trick, because that lad is going to score an assist. He might end up being a really rubbish fullback. He might get counted on every time. But I'm telling you, going forward, he is going to have loads of shots, loads of crosses, loads of assists, couple of goals. He'll do well this season, Juve. Creme de la FM, I can't see you on FPL. I couldn't scroll down that far. Ha ha ha. It's funny. Chance. Oh, what a goal! What a goal that is! Is it Ndoye? What an absolute screamer that is from Forest. Oh, that is an absolutely sensational header. Diving header. Fully deserved. You've got to say, it's been a... I don't know where that came from. It was a great cross in. There's only maybe a question about offside. I just wonder whether or not this one was offside. Let's watch it back. It was an absolutely brilliant header, though. Dan Ndoye, we've just been talking about him. Most fouled player in Serie A last season. Oh, it might be tight. Might be snug, that one. I think he might just be okay, but it's a fabulous header. You're not getting that one. Who puts the ball in? Is it Nico Williams? Oh, it's going to be a check. There's going to be a VAR check here for an offside, potentially. I hope it isn't, because... No, it's Gibbs White, actually. It's not Nico Williams. It's Gibbs White who stands it up. And then a diving header at the back post, right into the top corner. Quaveen Kelleher, no chance at all. There's going to be that VAR check just to see whether or not this one counts. But some performance. And it's counting. 2-0. Twisted Fate, he doesn't care. Ask Kee's mum, she'll tell you he wore a United shirt. Thought you were going a different direction with that. Ask Kee's mum. Hey, let's not be bringing mums into this, lads. It's too early in the day. Stephen Chelsea starting to wake up. They've got to. Brentford need to start waking up. Creme de la FM, is that a Gibbs White assist? It absolutely is, yeah. Did well as well. Good assist. Good quality assist. Stood up to the far post and Ndoye, bang, diving header. Oh, no. Brentford are just starting to look a little bit out of sorts at the back. Swifty, is Gittins better than Madueke? Kind of the same player, aren't they? Don't really... There's not an awful lot of... Both are very, very direct. Both got a turn of pace. Both very direct. But they don't really produce enough. And they don't produce in the big moments. I think that's the big issue with Gittins and Madueke, to be honest. They're both very decent players, but no more than a squad player. I don't think Gittins will make it as any more than a squad player at Chelsea. Joe, James Milner is older than his own manager. And I imagine him calling him Gaffer as well, like sarcastically. Alright, Gaffer. Just respect your elders. I'd start doing that if I was James Milner. Respect your elders. Don't be giving me grief. Respect your elders. Chelsea look bang average, says Hoggy. Creme de la FM looks like I'll be top of FPL week 1. Listen, still a long way to go. I think I had 5 or 6 players still to play at the start of kickoff here. So most of mine haven't even played yet. Four added minutes at the end of the first half. If you're watching along with us, by the way, you haven't yet given us a like and a follow, please do. Click up here on TikTok. Get over to YouTube. Give us a follow and subscribe on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like and a follow. We're live every single day. We're live for Manchester United and Arsenal straight after this as well. Josh, have you got a league code? I have, mate, but I haven't got it. I don't know what it is on at the moment. On me, I guess. Let me find out. If you go to YouTube and you type Premier League Dad in, it's there in the description. I've got it in the description of every single one. Just go and find any Premier League Dad video, basically. Points on the board, always better than hope. Swifty, Chelsea struggling with Palace. Not the first big club finding them difficult. Palace are a really good side, honestly. I feel like if they do lose Eze, if they go and get El Canouse from Leicester City, that'll be some signing. Apparently they're going in for Conor Gallagher from Atletico Madrid. Oh, Forrester in again. Should be 3. Chris Wood. It is 3. Oh, there you go. Chris Wood's made it 3-0, and that should be that for this one. Before half-time. Oh, Brentford. Brentford. They're making me look a fool here. I've got Brentford to finish mid-table. They're making me look an absolute fool already. Forest 3, Brentford 0. Come on, the Bees. What are we doing? Like a hot, sticky mess. Covered in honey. The Bees are not looking good. I was trying to think of a better analogy. He's definitely onside. It's a lovely pass. Chris Wood, clean to do on goal. Rounds Kelleher. Slots it into an empty net. 3-star Wood, 3-star Reds. Brentford cannot see the wood through the trees. They've certainly set foot in the hive here at City Ground. They've disturbed the nest. Would you believe it? Oh, good grief. 3-star Reds, Brentford cannot see the wood through. Oh, Rubes, Chris Wood. Chris Wood, again, the player who we said isn't going to score that many. Fabio Carvalho cutting a very, very frustrated figure there for Brentford. In fact, everyone is. All the Brentford players. Good ball in here. Rico Henry. Can Brentford get one back before half-time? No, is the answer. No, is the answer. 20-0, PSV 2. That's a good start for me. Ajax drawing 2-2 with Go Ahead Eagles earlier this morning, by the way, as well. D28 already made your team. You can join with the code ENA. Oh, thanks, D28. Is that my code? Is that my... It is my code. Oh, what a star. Thanks for that, mate. What a hero. Thank you for finding it for me. It's very, very kind of you. Callum Kelleher got done bad there. He's one-on-one, though. You never expect a keeper to save one-on-ones. We're too spoiled with Alisson. Because he saves every single one-on-one. Muller Jim says, will Brentford go down? I still don't think they get anywhere near going down. No, I think this is a very, very bad start for Brentford. But I will say I think they're a much, much better team that this is showing. And I don't think they end up finishing. I'll put it. I will. Here we go. Is a bold claim. 3-0 down on the first game of the season. I think Brentford finish higher than 15th. Calling it now, and that's not me just being deliberately controversial. I said it before the season even started. I think Brentford will stay up, and they'll stay up quite comfortably. But 3-0 down at half-time at the City Ground is not a particularly good start. To be honest, the first goal they were a little bit unlucky on. The second was absolutely brilliant from Forest. And I think, to be honest, the third was really good. I think they've been unlucky with the first, and then they've just been punished with the second and the third. Forest have been terrific. Let's credit where it's due. Forest have been absolutely terrific. Twisted Fate. I go to make a coffee and it's 3-0. 3-star Reds. If Brentford's gaffer don't come up with a plan, we could very well do a Brighton again. They thought they are. They do look like they're falling to bits here, but he's going to have to do something. Set piece expert Keith Andrews. Can he turn it round here? Keith. That's a dying name, innit, Keith? Three-star Reds. If Brentford's gaff... Oh, we've done that one. Sorry. Right. So, what have we missed? Let's have a look at the old news coming in elsewhere. Let's have a look at Chelsea as well. Okay, who have you got winning today then, lad? I think I had Forest. Did I have Forest to win? I can't remember. I didn't have Forest to win that by this much, by the way. But Man United I have taken as Man United to win 2-1. And I hate that, to be honest. I really do hate that. Creme de la FM, all these players using bench boost week 1. Bloody amateurs. Yes, I can't remember who it was in the chat last night. Someone said that they'd put Haaland triple captain. I mean, not a terrible shout, but triple captain in your first game week. Absolute maniac. Okay, why are we laughing? Why are we laughing at Man United getting the win over Arsenal? Do you not think it? Are you an Arsenal fan, maybe? I'm a Liverpool fan, mate, so I am happy with whatever the result is, to be honest. I'd love it if United win. I'd love it if Arsenal win. If it's a draw, they've both dropped points. I couldn't care less. You're a United fan. All right, good lad. Good lad. But yeah, I do. I think United. I do think United win. And I think it's just from the fact that it's Old Trafford, it's opening day. I feel like it's going to be a good atmosphere at Old Trafford, and I feel like if they start Sesko and Burmo and Cunha, yeah, I just feel like it's going to be one of them days, and they might be able to get the result. Be Yourself Dylan says Chris Wood might be going back to Newcastle. Wouldn't bet it. Okay, Forest are cooking. Forest are doing very, very well. Yeah, very well. Oh, I've just been clipped up. Someone's just tagged me on Twitter. I've been clipped up responding to the Chris Wood goal. Always baffles me that. Liam Manning, and to think we were linked with Kelleher. Kelleher's a good keeper. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with Kevin Kelleher. That's not the problem today. Kevin Kelleher is a good player. Yo, Samuel, how deep can Liverpool go in the Champions League this season, according to you? They can win it. Yeah, they can win it. I'm not saying they will win it, but they can win it. Definitely they can win it. Twisted Fate, we was the better team last season in the 1-1 draw at Old Trafford. Should have won that game, and it pissed me off that we didn't. Steve McNair, I will make a bold prediction and say Forest win this game. Going out on a limb there, Steve. I'm not sure. You're really putting your fingers in the drawer on that one. Arsenal's record at Old Trafford is not very good, says yours, Samuel. Three-star Reds, I'm going religious in the second half. I need Jesus in the second half to come on and get 2 shots on target for 51, returning my builder bet. Lovely. Jesus. What are we saying? Steve McNair says Man United, ole, ole, ole. I can't get over that header from Dan and Doy. It was different class. It was very tight though for an offside, I've got to say. Chris Peacock. Any Burnley shirts? No, I haven't got any Burnley shirts. It's one of the few... Oh, it's not one of the few, actually. That's a lie. As a general rule, I don't really have Premier League shirts. I've got maybe 2 or 3 other Premier League club shirts. And then the rest are like lower league, Championship. At a push. Yeah, no Burnley shirts, sorry. Fake football fans should have at least 1 Burnley shirt. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. There's not really an awful lot of Burnley shirts about that I love. You know, the old... What was the old Thingy Motors one that you had? Back in the days of Stan Turnant. I didn't mind... Yeah, probably some decent Burnley shirts we could get away with. Maybe get... I might try and find a Burnley shirt. Go on. Sorry, I think that's shocking. If you support an English team, you shouldn't own any other English tops. The Manning rules are rules, but a silly one at that. Every team tries to gain an advantage in the wall. I don't know why that was a ridiculous decision for me. Twisted Fate, if United get relegated, will you get a United shirt, Kate? No. I can safely say I'll never own a Manchester United shirt again. I'd never own a United shirt, no. And Everton's the same. I actually quite like Everton's kit this year, to be honest. There's a number of Everton kits that are very, very nice. And blue tends to suit me better. If I'm honest, or maybe in hindsight, maybe I would have been an Everton fan. I don't know. But no, blue, Everton have got very nice kits. But no, I wouldn't have an Everton kit and I wouldn't have a United kit. Charmy, I really like the old white Chelsea Yokohama tyres kit. Yeah, Chelsea have had some nice kits as well. I've got a lot of nice kits. Swifty, I might start supporting Dortmund. See, Dortmund have got some lovely kits. Well, we've got Bundesliga back next week, so we'll be doing the Bundesliga games coming up. Who's winning the Prem then, mate? I'm going Man City based off their performance yesterday. Why? Mate, they played Wolves. Wolves. Literally, their best 2 players had been sold. How are you backing City to win the league off 1 game against Wolves? They beat Wolves last season at Molineux, and they didn't end up winning the league. I just don't think... City are a very good side. And listen, I'm not saying for 1 second they aren't going to win the league. City will be our closest challengers for absolute certain. But, yeah, I don't think you can base it off just yesterday. But they are probably going to end up being our biggest challengers. Creme de la FM, who invented the skip? Who got the power pack? Liam, and my uncle gave me a Celtic top with Larson on it when I was a teenager. Ooh, we got plenty of Rangers fans on here, mate. Don't say that. We'll start the old politics comments again. Every time I do it. I'm dreading it, yo. We've got Tuesday, we've got Rangers and Celtic on Tuesday night and Wednesday night in the Champions League, and I absolutely guarantee you the Rangers stream will be full, chock full of Celtic fans, and then the Celtic stream will be full of Rangers fans, and it'll be all that religious stuff going on. Be yourself, Dylan. What about getting a Notts Forest kit? It's so nice. It is very nice. I like the Notts Forest kit. Yeah, very, very nice. But I would never get one. Again, it's not... I can't really bring myself to own another Premier League team's kit. That's just a general rule. I don't buy Premier League kits from other teams. I've got an Arsenal kit from about nearly 20 years ago, and that was given to me. I didn't buy it. It's the yellow and blue one. Do you know the one where Arshavin scored 4 against Liverpool? So, yeah, it was. There's that one, and I've got Coventry's kit, the old Subaru home kit, and I've got Sheffield Wednesday's kit. It's got Sanderson on it, the black one. So they're the 3 English kits that I've got. I don't think I've got any others. Edward, my name is Kee and I watch football match from around the world. Why have you put that in? Cremdilla FM, why would you say a player is signing of the season after game 1 versus Wolves? And again, yeah, I was going to say, I think Tijani Reinders is a good player. He's a very, very good player. But it's all a bit mad, innit? Hugo Ekitike and Reinders are going to be so good in the Prem. I mean, Ekitike, I said this yesterday, but Ekitike is the only Liverpool player in Premier League history other than Darwin Núñez. There's only 2 Liverpool players who've done it, scored and assisted on their debut. Yeah. Chimey, I don't like Snapdragon. Steve McNair says Man United's 3rd kit looks very neat this season. Again, I like it. If I wasn't a Liverpool fan and I wasn't averse to buying other Premier League kits, I probably would. Yeah, I probably would buy that Man United black one. It's very nice. Twisted Fate. Wait, so if I buy you a United kit, you will keep it? No. Right, here we go. Let's watch this back again. Where's Gayy? Oh, no. You're not having that. That's so... No, come on. That is really... That's just jostling in the wall, that. There's never, ever... That's ridiculous. Okay, I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't like it. Liam, Man and I work in a charity shop, so any kits we get in, I have. Obviously not Man U. Yeah, I was going to say, you'd be amazed how many like nice kits you can find. Like old kits on Vinted. On Vinted, my missus gets like loads that she does like fashion and stuff, and she ended up she basically sells a load of stuff on Vinted. Once she gets these clothes, she ends up just putting them on Vinted, and she had, I can't remember what it was. Anyway, she was getting something from this woman, and she was basically lobbing all of her ex-husband's stuff. Like I don't know. That was the explanation, and this woman, she wasn't bothered about him at all, but she was basically giving away, I swear to God, there was about 30 football tops on. And she was giving them away for next to nothing. I don't think she really understood what she had. And there was a lovely Croatia top. There was it was a Croatia World Cup top, I think, that he'd had. A few Barcelona tops, couple of Real Madrid ones. I think he had an AC Milan top. Like nothing too niche, and nothing too old either. But she was trying to get rid of them all, job lot, and I didn't have a need for them. So, but yeah, my missus asked me about them. I said nah. But I would have had the Croatia one. I've been looking for a nice Croatia kit. Twisted Fate says, Key, honestly, look at City's teardrop kit. You'll never say you have a bad kit ever again. Steve McNair, that worked out real well for Darwin. I like Darwin. I hate that we have fans out there who give him stick and say he's garbage. I thought he was a very, very good centre-forward, Darwin Núñez. Right, Kevin Schade, his coming on to replace Anthony Melambo. It's been a baptism of fire for the young Dutchman coming in from Feyenoord. He's played number 10 today and hasn't had any influence at all in that key position for Brentford. And I imagine what we're going to see now, kicking off in the second half, is that Schade will go wide left into the position previously held by Fabio Carvalho, and Carvalho will end up dropping in to that number 10. So I imagine that will be where we see the changes made. But Forest 3... Brentford 0. Are we going to get some changes in this second half? Kaelin Murphy, 4:30 kickoff prediction. I went for Man United to win 2-1. I'll stick with that. For the time being, let's go with it. Creme de la FM took advantage of an unsuspecting victim. Not quite. No, I didn't. Thank you for that, Rubes. You're a sweetheart. Thank you. Your Samuel says, Real Madrid has the cleanest kits. And no way MK Don's kits beat Madrid. I like Port Vale's this year. Have a look at Port Vale's. It's lovely. Twisted Fate, honestly, I may be biased, but I've never liked any Madrid kit. I always like the kits without any sponsor on. Or with very minimal sponsors. Chimey, Stuttgart's Mercedes-Benz kits were special too, yeah. Some of the old Bundesliga ones are really nice. Yeah. I'm trying to see the ones if I've still got them anyway. Are you in here? I think they're in here. So corner to Brentford. Trying to see which ones I've actually got. Senegal. That's that one. Hang on, no. That one. Senegal. That's the 2002 World Cup one. There's the Dutch Euros, Euro 90. Euro 90. Which Euro was it? I can't remember which Euros it was. But the Dutch kit from the Euros, that one was very nice. Can't remember what other ones I've actually got here. Not the Rashford one. Sevilla Super Nintendo. I love this one. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Super Nintendo Sevilla kit. Absolutely gorge. Beautiful kit. Lou, I thought Chelsea was meant to be the scary team. Everyone was saying they're shocking. Claim for the penalty. It's going to be offside. Offside. It's that one, Juve. That one's a bit of a mad one. This Juve kit with the stripes down the middle. That was a bit mad. Low-key looks like a baseball kit. It does, doesn't it? Yeah, the Juve kit's quite nice. Forza Juve. Hull 1, Oxford 1 after 9 minutes. Nottingham Forest defending in this first part of the second half. They're going to have to try and just hold on, because I think if Brentford were to nick one in the first 15 minutes, they might be able to get back into this. That's wonderful play. That's got to be a corner. Oh, that's a shame. Rico Henry did wonderfully well there. Underrated left back him, isn't he, Rico Henry? Swifty says the last kit I owned had McEwen's lager on the front. Is that Rangers or Blackburn? Blackburn were McEwen's, weren't they? Liam Manning says Gelhardt goal. Go on, lad. He was one of the. They all thought he was going to be the next big thing, didn't they? Joe Gelhardt. Remember him scoring a late winner for Leeds. Right, I need to keep an eye on Leipzig. Schalke and Leipzig in the DFB Pokal. See what else I have backed today as well. I have backed Manchester United to score at least one goal in the game, because you wouldn't believe the odds there is on that. Just for Manchester United to get one goal, even if they lose 5-1, just to score one goal in the game is insane. So yeah, that's worth taking a look at if you're interested. Copa del Rey, no, not Copa del Rey. DFB Pokal. Who's that tonight? Holstein Kiel. That's tonight at 5, isn't it? Brest 2, Lille 2. Be Yourself Dylan says Højlund to sit out for the Arsenal game. Yeah, that one was always likely, wasn't it? Shame really, because again, isn't that to me is just the inverse of what Isak is doing to Newcastle, isn't it? Manchester United are saying, we don't want you, so what we're going to do is we're going to take you out of the team, we're going to force you to train alone, and we're going to make it uncomfortable for you here so that you leave. That's probably what we're seeing now. Here's Sharda coming away for him. That's a foul and a yellow card, ref. That might even be a red for Nico Williams. Do you know what? That's like an orange, that one. That's like an orange card. He's absolutely scythed him down there. On the counter, Sharda, wonderful player. Oh, that's one of them where he's clearly not even gone for the ball. He's just gone to swipe him and take him out. Steve McNair, well, Palace is my pick for the Conference League this season now. There's not really anyone else in it, is there, to be honest? Swifty, I watched him a lot at youth level. I thought he was going to be a superstar. Liam Manning, never really been given a chance with us. Hope he does well for Hull. Swifty, or they've had a good bid. Well, do we actually think that's likely? Do we think Højlund, they've made a good bid for him? Thank you for sharing the live, by the way. Is it Linzaro? Thank you for sharing the live. Really appreciate that. Oh, whoa, whoa. Oh, roof of the nets from Brentford. A header from the edge of the box from Keane Lewis Potter. And very, very nearly dipped under the bar. Matt Sells wasn't really anywhere to be found there. Unlucky. Good effort. Swifty linked with a lot of clubs, surprisingly. Or he has a great agent. Yeah. Sancho joining Roma on loan. Donnarumma not in the squad again today, on the move somewhere. Where I think, again, that one's probably another one of them. They don't want him, PSG. They want to move him on, so they are going to isolate him and show that we don't need you in the squad. You know, you're not here anymore, so we're going to behave as if you're not part of the team, and you'll go and find a move. Your agent will go and generate a move. that's what agents are good at, isn't it? That's what they try and do, is make sure that they're able to get the clients moving. Leon Bailey joining Roma as well. Creme de la FM, he's going Chelsea. Well, Christ, Chelsea needs someone. Because if you've got Robert Sanchez in goal this season, same as Onana at United, if Robert Sanchez is in goal for Chelsea, the absolute best that Chelsea can do is 4th. No higher. And Onana the same with United. I can't see United finishing higher than maybe 7th with Onana. Twisted Fate says, I'm going Palace Conference League, Villa Europa, and dare I say it, Chelsea Champions League. Chelsea. No way. Esteval's coming on for Chelsea. Still no goals in that one. I told you this would be the game to watch. Everyone came in the chat at the start. Oh, Kee, why aren't you watching Chelsea? Well, listen. I know. I pick the good games on this channel. I know which ones to watch. I didn't yesterday with Villa and Newcastle. but generally speaking, I pick good games. Creme de la FM, I'm offended you ain't watching Chelsea. To be honest, they're the biggest team in London. Brentford's on. They count as London, don't they? Greater London. Steve McNair says, Sanchez is such a goof. He's such a goofball. Yeah, he's just really poor, isn't he? There's a mistake in him every other week. Brentford coming forward. Shots cleared away. Be yourself, Dylan. You told everyone and sat everyone down. You picked the best game. I always do. Always. Never fail. Ever. Oh, that's a dive. Ref, that was a dive. Hudson-Odoi dive in there. 3-star Reds, you want entertainment. Forest never failed to disappoint. Mind you, I am a little biased. Yeah, only just ever so slightly. Creme de la FM, Sanchez wasn't poor against PSG. Yeah, that's one game in God knows how many times. Like, he's generally been a poor keeper for you. Creme de la FM, Arsenal aren't bigger than Chelsea at all. We win trophies. I think Chelsea are probably bigger than Arsenal these days. And I'm a traditionalist. I would have always said Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea. Always. But no, I would go Chelsea. ZA26. Hi mate, how's it going? Good to see you. Kean Groves, do you think that Bruno Fernandes will go to Saudi next year? I think United would have liked him to go to Saudi this year. Yeah, I think if they had their time again and they could have persuaded Bruno to leave, they'd have been delighted with him going this year. So, maybe he does go next year. ZA26, who's winning the league? I still can't look past Liverpool. Yeah, I think Liverpool will do it. There's certainly going to be competition this year from City. I think Arsenal and Chelsea are going to be too far away. So, for me, it's Liverpool, City not too far behind, Chelsea and Arsenal fighting it out for third. That's what I think it'll end up being this season. 3-star Reds, I got Forest reaching the final. Just personally don't see you beating Villa in the final. Maybe I'm wrong, we will see. A Midlands derby. East versus West in the Europa League final. That'd be good fun, wouldn't it? For a place in the Champions League. Forest, oh, Brentford, very nearly now. They're starting to come back into it a little bit, Brentford. You've not had too many clear chances. Like they are starting to just maybe pick up some more, attacking positions, and they're showing a bit more confidence on the ball. This is better. Carvalho with a shot from distance, miles over the bar though. That's not good enough. Creme de la FM, you're overruled. I don't know about overruled. Hey, yeah, I can understand people saying Arsenal are bigger than Chelsea because I don't think there's much in it. I probably would agree with you to an extent in different ways, but yeah, I think recently modern success probably comes into it. Nick A13, you are a prophet thanks to your predictions of La Liga. I wouldn't mind. Any predictions today for La Liga? I think Atleti with a -1 handicap is the one that I've looked at for tonight. I think that's probably the first one I would say. Get an Atleti to win with a -1 against Espanyol. They're away at Espanyol, by the way. It might be worth looking at Celta or draw against Getafe as well. And then I guess I probably would stay away from Bilbao and Sevilla. Even though Bilbao are really, really short odds, I think Sevilla could get something at San Mamés. So I would stay away from Bilbao. I would maybe lean towards Celta Vigo getting something against Getafe. And I would back Atletico Madrid against Espanyol. I think Atleti to beat Espanyol quite comfortably. Steve McNair, Chelsea failing on the final cross over and over again. Chimey thinks City easily to win the league this year. Twisted Fate, Bayindir, Yoro, De Ligt, Shaw, Dalot, Casemiro, Fernandes, Dorgu, and Burmo, Mount, Cunha. United starting 11 versus Arsenal, Key. My confidence is gone now. Sesko on the bench and Shaw starting. Oh, Bayindir in goal. Yoro, De Ligt and Shaw at centre-back. Dalot right-back. Dorgu left back, Fernandes and Mount sitting, and Burmo and Cunha up front. Oh, lads. Oh, sorry, no, it's Casemiro and Mount sitting, isn't it? Or Casemiro and Fernandes sitting with Mount, Cunha and Burmo as your front three. Oh, that's, yeah, I might have to change my prediction here, you know. Yeah. Nick A13, Espanyol going to do something, are you crazy? I didn't say Espanyol. I said Atleti to win with a handicap over Espanyol. Arsenal 3-0 at half-time, says Be Yourself Dylan. Yeah, I think that might well be the case. Creme de la FM, no Sesko. No, Sesko's on the bench. Let's have a look at the actual Manchester United Arsenal starting lineups. We'll go through them now. So the starting lineups for Manchester United we have just done. I'll read them out again. It's Bayindir in goal. It's Dalot right back. It's De Ligt, Yoro and Luke Shaw at centre back with Dorgu on the left. Midfield, it's Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes, and then the front three of Mbeumo, Cunha and Mason Mount. It's an odd selection, I've got to say. For Arsenal, it's David Ryan in goal, Calafiori on the left, Ben White on the right, Saliba and Gabriel in the middle, midfield three of Rice, Odegaard and Zubamendi, and a front three of Martinelli, Saka and Gyökeres. So there you go. That is your two teams for Arsenal and Manchester United. Chimey, this is torture. This Bruno always had to start thing. It's really frustrating. I am surprised. I'm really, really surprised. On the bench for United as well is Ahmad, Heaven, Maguire, Mainu, Sesko, Agate and Xerxes. For Arsenal, it's Kepa, Havertz, Lewis Skelly, Madueke, Marino, Wanyeri, Timber, Trossard and Mosquera. Arsenal's bench have so much more quality to bring on. And for that reason, I might have to change it. I think Arsenal are going to win this one quite comfortably, you know. And it's not to do with the Sesko thing. It's more to do with Luke Shaw being at centre-back and Casemiro being in that midfield. I think he had to put Agate in. And, yeah, I just don't think that's going to be a particularly good lineup for United, I have to say. Twisted Fate says Amarim has gone high press here. I think he sits back and presses, hits on the counter. Look at that lineup. 3-star Reds, I'm already dreaming, Key, how this Forest team will look this season with McAtee, Hutchinson, Louise, Callum Wendo, and maybe even Bakwa still to come in. Delaying Bakwa, what a signing that would be. yeah, quite a few still to come in for Forest. So I agree with you, mate. I think it's going to be a very good season for Forest if you get those signings through the door. Who knows? I'm rooting for you. Pedro, lively as always, says Creme de la FM. 124 made a new rule for the champions of the world, I see. Oh, God, the free kick, yeah. Yeah. Nick, I wouldn't count them off because they drew with Newcastle 2-2, which is better than Atletico. No, Espanyol aren't going to do it. Lewis, what minute is it? It is 65th minute. D28, Man U apparently trying to get De Gea back. No. No chance. Nick A13 says, will United score? So BTTS. I've got United to score at least one. I stayed away from the result. I think if Arsenal win, they'll win with United scoring. So yes, I think BTTS could be a decent shout. But no, because I think if United somehow win, if United win, I think they do it 1-0. United aren't winning 2 or 3-0. I can't see it being... I'd be amazed if Arsenal scored and United still won. 124, everyone was saying we're silly for selling... For selling who? Kelleher. Like, there's not... Why? Kelleher's done nothing wrong. Kelleher's been fine. I don't know why people are having a pop at Kelleher. He's not been at fault for any of these goals. Nick A13, what if it ends 0-0? If it ends 0-0, it ends 0-0. I've lost me prediction, me tip. Romario at Stamford Bridge, what a player he was. Romario? Is he actually? It's one of my favourite ever players in Romario and Bebeto. Steve McNair, Palmer looks more and more like a schoolboy with every haircut. What a surprise as well, by the way. Cole Palmer has played at number 10 today for Chelsea and has been relatively ineffective from what I've heard. Liam Manning, what a player Romario was. Yeah, that Brazilian front line, Romario, Bebeto, Ronaldo. It was before we saw Rivaldo and Ronaldinho come in. It was a really, really good Brazilian side, that. Dunga in midfield. Dunga was a top player. Edmundo as well. Edmundo gets forgot a lot. Yeah, Edmundo was a very good, talented player. He used to get sent off every other week for Roma. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Creme de la FM, Palmer will pop up. He's just not a number 10. I don't know why they insist on playing him at number 10. He's a right winger. Steve McNair, Palmer looks like he just got off the plane from Ibiza this morning. Robert Hazard at Stamford Bridge watching the game as well. Turncoat. He should be at Anderlecht. His brother's playing at Anderlecht today. Thorgan Hazard has just... I think he scored as well, actually. Right, Henderson's coming on with Onyeka for Lewis Potter and Jensen. So a bit more leadership, a bit more structure in that midfield, a bit more power, presence. I am Crew. Do you think all the original Big Six managers will last the season? No. No, they won't. Original Big Six, so we're talking Liverpool's manager, yes, Arne Slot will. I think Enzo Maresca probably does. I'm certain that Thomas Frank does. I assume we're going to include Man United in it, so Ruben Amorim. I think Ruben Amorim probably does as well. And then, are we including City? And if so, yeah, I would say Pep will stay. And I think the only one that might not is Arteta, honestly. FM No Casuals, Chelsea won't win the title with this gaffer. They won with the title with that defence. That's the problem. He's got Ashampong and Chalobah starting with Robert Sanchez behind him. It's an absolutely... That is a bottom half defence, that. Robert says Eddie Howe to stay. I think Eddie Howe could walk as well, you know. There is a world where Eddie Howe resigns before the end of the season. I think there's a big chance that happens, yeah. If he feels in any way that he's not being supported, or... There's a world where Newcastle collapse, isn't there, where it just doesn't work this season. And if he has a really bad season, the fans might get on his back, and I don't know, we'll see. I am Crew. Why did Man United and Chelsea not enter the race for Donnarumma? Obviously want a different thing from the goalkeepers. Joe, I think it's out the window now since we've improved in the window. Well, have you? I mean, you've got Elanga and you've got Ramsey. I don't think that's improved all that much. If Wissa comes in, then fine, you know, but Isak will have left. And you've got a backup goalkeeper in. I just feel like it's more the noise around Newcastle that'll upset him more than anything. 20 minutes left here. It's been a really dreadful second half, really. Forrest coming forward. Gibbs White. Claim for the penalty. You're not getting that. You're not getting that. Never getting that. And Malik. Yeah, well, Malik TR. I know, but he is a good centre-back. He is a good centre-back, but he's not... Again, I don't think it massively improves Newcastle to the point where it takes you on. Like, you know, he's a good centre-back, and you'll need availability in those centre-back areas. Thiago is not better than Scalvini, Joe. No, he's not. He's not better than Scalvini. He's better. I thought you was going to say he's better than Shah. Yeah, he is better than Shah, and he is better than Byrne. He might be better than Botman, maybe, if he's fit. But I don't think Thiago comes in and he's like immediately best centre-back, starts every week. I'd be amazed if that is the case. I think he comes in, he probably ends up having to play a lot to get in the team to start with. I am Crew. All the noise seems to be Nicholas Jackson or Goncalo Ramos. If you get Goncalo Ramos, you'll have done really well. I think if you get Nicholas Jackson, the fans are going to be on his back from the off. Three-star Reds, I reckon Cole Palmer gets his hair cut by a Fulham fan in a Fulham barbers. That's 20 minutes here. Really hoping United and Arsenal managed to get something out of this. Like, I really hope Man United get something out of this. What did I say there? Let me rephrase that. I really hope Man United and Arsenal, it turns out to be not the damp squib that we thought Villa and Newcastle wouldn't be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Villa and Newcastle had a big build up to it, and it ended up being really crap. And then Arsenal and United's got this same sort of a feel to it. It feels like it's this big, you know, big meeting Sunday, 4:30, Super Sunday, Old Trafford. Two giants of the English game meeting each other. And it just might end up being one of them where I think Man United go, what we have, we hold. It's 0-0. Let's take the point. And I don't want it to be that, but I've got a horrible feeling that is exactly what it's going to be. I hope they start and they really get out there straight away, and it's like a boom, out the traps, get stuck in, get at them, early doors, but I just don't think they will. The lap winner incoming, says Liam. Chimey, I don't rate Ramos. You don't rate Goncalo Ramos? I think he'd be a really good signing for Newcastle. Lots of long balls into the box here from Brentford. They need a goal in the next couple of minutes. If they get a goal in the next couple of minutes, there's a chance. Corner. Here we go. Corner from the left-hand side. Brentford, can they pinch one? Shocking corner. Absolutely shocking. Dylan, are you drinking Coke? Not Coke, no. It's Pepsi Max Vanilla. Is it vanilla? Yeah, Pepsi Max Vanilla. Cream soda, not vanilla. Cream soda. Pepsi Max cream soda. Other drinks are available, absolutely. Available in all good shops. Handball must be. It is a penalty to Brentford. There you go. They all immediately reacted. There was a penalty kick. Here we go. Nick, win one Champions League every decade. Sebastian Madrid or 50 English Premier Leagues in a year. Let me see that again. I don't think that is handball. Oh, of course it is. Of course it is. That's definitely handball. Yeah, it is handball from Sangare. And Brentford here to make it 3-1. Who's going to take it? Jordan Henderson's got it in his hands. But I wonder. Here we go. Why is the referee still checking this? There's no way that's not a penalty. Of course it's a penalty. Why are Forest complaining? Gibbs White's shaking his head. He goes like that. These are the most obvious penalties you're ever likely to get. I love what Brentford are doing there. They've got a man on the penalty spot making sure that nobody is attacking the penalty spot. Nobody's going to do anything to it. Nobody's going to kick it up or anything like that. You've got Jordan Henderson who's holding the ball and just making sure that nobody's getting in the head of whoever is going to take it. And it is going to be the big number 9, Igor Jesus. Thiago, sorry. Oh, I've got Igor Jesus from. Because you said Jesus before. Yeah, big Igor Thiago up front for Brentford to get his first goal for the club on the opening day of the season. Can he stick it away? Thiago, he's done it straight down the middle. There you go. Brentford are back in this one. There's still time. 15 minutes left. And we might get a chunk of added on time. This one might be back on. Forest 3, Brentford 1. Here we go. He didn't look confident, did he? 3-star Reds, I agree. It looked like that one might just get the better of him, but he sticks it right down the middle. And it's Forest 3, Brentford 1, and we're back underway here. 3-3, Brest v Lille. M15, thank you very much, mate. If you haven't yet, do please give us a like, give us a follow. We are live straight after this for Manchester United and Arsenal. If you're also watching on YouTube, give us a follow and a subscribe. Premier League Dad, go and check our FPL League out, by the way. See if you can win yourself a retro shirt. Thank you, Lucas, for reposting. Tap the screen if you're enjoying, if you're watching along, lads and lasses. Nottingham Forest 3, Brentford 1. Igor Jesus and Jota Silva coming on for Forest. Wood and Ndoye going off. Both of those scorers today for Forest. Steve McNair back in it. I appreciate the effort. Creme de la FM, can you let people on both lives know chocolate oranges are available at Timpson's? Spoiled. They are spoiled. D28, 3 or defending players from the wall. All attack players must be 1 metre away from the wall until back in play. That's not... There's no way that's a real rule. Lucas Lambert, where is your FPL? It is on my YouTube, mate. If you go to Premier League Dad YouTube and then you search any of the videos that's on there, they're all in the description. There's a link to my FPL for the league, the code. Everyone is in it. There's loads of people in it. So if you want to win the league this season, there's prizes going on throughout the season. We're going to be giving retro shirts away and stuff of your choice. So yeah, we'll be doing bits and bobs throughout the season. If you want to join, go and join YouTube, Premier League Dad. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. We're live every single day watching footy. And I'm posting 2 or 3 videos a week as well. So if you're into that sort of content, give us a like. Callum, I can't believe there were people saying Palace would lose 2 or 3-0. They've done well, haven't they, Palace? Yeah, very well. 10 minutes to go. Brentford are going to have to do something special here, but 2 goals is very, very achievable. In 10 minutes, if they can get their act together, and they can at least maybe they can take a little bit of the shine off this one, can't they? Brentford have had a lot of criticism. They started the game really, really poorly, but if they can get another goal, if they were to lose this one 3-2, it would at least have a degree of respectability about it, wouldn't it? Some sort of a degree of respectability. The fact that they've got it back to 3-2 after being 3-0 down, it's not a bad scoreline going to Nottingham Forest after losing your best players and everything. Tony, Premier League Dad, we are sweating the comeback. Brentford have life. Edward, you ignoring me, bro? No. Why? What have you said? I'm not saying anything you've said. There's just a lot of chat going on. We've got however many people, nearly 300 people in. Who's coming on here for Ryan Yates is coming in. Nick, in the next 50 years, 50 Prems or 1 Champions League every decade to pass Real Madrid. I wouldn't see. I wouldn't want to know. It would ruin football, wouldn't it? Yeah, honestly, it doesn't bother me. I'd like, you know, it's good when your team wins, but I don't really mind. Yeah. I don't want to know if they've won because it kind of ruins it, doesn't it? Benny Blanco is starting over Timber. Benny Blanco starting over Timber. Interesting. Edward, you asked how the kiddo and the wife is. Why are you asking how my kid and my wife is? Steve McNair, how many different platforms are you going on at the same time here, Kee? Normally, I go like 3 or 4. But I'm using a different streaming platform, and it only really allows me to do 1 at the minute. It's just YouTube, and then I have my phone for TikTok, which is a bit naff. So I'm trying to figure something out, but I'm a bit of a noob when it comes to streaming. Nick, United are not winning because of the odds. Arsenal, clear favourite. D28, Morecambe have been cleared to start their season now. Steve McNair, he called it, they're staying up. I do think Brentford will stay up. I do. I really do. The Craigies... Arsenal struggling at Old Trafford. It must be how shocking the stadium is. 3-star Reds. Hope this is not going to be another Nuno late substitute result again like we saw towards the back end of the season. Wim Malfay. Yo, how's it going? Edward, James Milner has now played 24 consecutive Premier League seasons. An absolute legend, James Milner. Win Malfay, Igor Thiago is ex-Club Bruges. He is, yeah. And this is I think it's his first goal for Brentford, isn't it? Because he's been out injured for the best part of a year. 4N, United. I think Arsenal are going to take it today. There's no way you're starting Luke Shaw and him somehow managing to keep a clean sheet. It'd be a miracle, wouldn't it? What are Brentford doing there? That's so poor. So poor. Steve McNair, I'm a noob too. Just managing the YouTube chat is hard enough for me. Oh, I agree. Listen, honestly, I struggle at the best of times, but you know, I'm adapting. I'm learning. Every day is a school day and all that. Who do you support, Key? Says Harry. I'm a Liverpool fan, mate. I am a Liverpool fan, but I watch everyone. As you can see, we're watching Forest and Brentford. I'm going to watch United and Arsenal straight after that. I might be doing the La Liga game tonight. I'm not sure. Espanyol against Atletico Madrid. So I'll see. I don't know. But we do usually three to four games on a Saturday, 3 to 4 games on a Sunday, and then 1 or 2 per day through the week as well. So lots and lots of footy on this channel if you want to watch along with us. Steve, I can't even keep my phone charged. The Craigies, that Crystal Palace owner had a trip to Turkey with that hairdo. You'll have to let me know where it is. Got hairline for days. No, I could never do it, mate. Not my thing. Coming back looking like Bobby Firmino. Ostermorg, what games are you thinking of doing tomorrow? I'm only doing Leeds Everton tomorrow. That's the only game I'm doing tomorrow because there's not really any others on early doors. But Tuesday I'm definitely doing Rangers on Tuesday, the 8 o'clock. And I'm definitely doing Celtic, which is another 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Whether or not I could squeeze a game in before them. There might be like a 5:30 maybe. Very rarely is a 5:30 or a 6 o'clock on a Tuesday or a Wednesday though. So I don't think I'll be able to do them. But I might be able to on Thursday, because then it's the Conference League and the Europa League. So on Thursday there's probably a good chance I can get 2 in. And then I think we've got Friday night football again next week. So, yeah, listen, there'll be plenty of games on, for sure. Steve McNair says, Grealish debut tomorrow. I would imagine so. Yeah, I think so. Jack Grealish will start. Probably Keane and Dewsbury Hall too. Maybe Tierno Barry as well. Rico Henry off. Aaron Hickey on for Brentford. Don't think they're going to do much here now, Brentford. They're going to have to really step it up these last 5 minutes if they're going to have any chance of getting back into this. But yes, yeah, I think Grealish starts. I think it's probably fair to say that... Oh, Rico Emery's having stuff thrown at him there. He's just picked up a couple of bottles by the side of the pitch. Odd. Creme de la FM, you should switch to Chelsea. Nah, I can't switch to Chelsea. Not when we've committed to this game. I'm not switching mid-game. Absolute coward behaviour, that. Hello, Kee Sarawia. Sarawia? Kee Sarawia. Is that right? Have I said that right? Hello to you. Very welcome to the live. Hope you're doing well. Steve McNair is back in it. I hope they are. I hope they get one. Make it interesting. Forest, Brentford is done though, my point is. Well, we don't know that yet. Still time. Still time. Brentford have got a free kick here, mate. If this goes in, Jordan Henderson's over it as well. We all know what an absolute set-piece expert he is. He's going to whip it in. And it's a good ball in. It's cleared away. Edward Key, you doing the Old Firm this season? I imagine we'll do 1 or 2. I don't know. I guess it depends when they fall. Yeah, it depends when they fall. And what other games are on around that time. If there's other games, better games, then probably not. But we'll do our first share of SPL games as we always do. Steve McNair says, I'm feeling a Chelsea winner coming up. Somehow can't see it. If anything, it might be a Palace winner. Amount of people. Oh, is that a corner? No. The Craigie, shocking week for FPL for me. Creme de la FM Henderson, a set piece expert. Since when? Mate, have you ever watched him? Absolutely legend. Harry says, up the Sunderland. Great performance from Sunderland yesterday, wasn't it? Up the Mackhams. Fabulous performance. Rube says, K Sarah. We're going to Wembley. Is that what you're going for? Was that the next line? Whatever will be, will be. Harry hammered the Amos. Be yourself, Dylan. 75 points for my first fantasy league. Well done you, Dylan. Have you got yourself in our league, Dylan? £75 points is a bloody good showing for your first week. I think I was on about 25, something like that, but I've got half my team still to play. I was hoping that maybe Cole Palmer would do alright today. Be yourself, Dylan. Need to get over there. Edward, I'm not in your league. Is it too late to join? I know you can join at any point. I don't know if the points still count, but I assume they do. Yeah, join at any point. Palmer's done nothing. I captained Palmer. Face palm. Oh, no. Yeah, bad news this week on the FPL if you captain people like Palmer. Again, people triple captained and bench boosted in the first week. I don't understand it. Very odd. Right, 4 minutes left here at the City Ground, and Brentford need 2 goals. So, dare we switch over to Chelsea? It's going to be a corner to Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Charmy, you should have picked Saka instead, Key. Well, up to this point, yeah, Saka maybe could end up snagging a hat-trick at Old Trafford. D28 already made your team. You can join with the... Oh, what a guy D28 is. What an absolute hero. Thanks for that, mate. Here, let me pin that. Let me pin that. What an absolute hero. Steve McNair, Palmer just looks lost on the final touch. Honestly, I don't think he's particularly good in the middle of the park. He needs to be drifting in from the right. That's where all of his best football has been. What is it with managers' insistence on playing players out of their best positions? It doesn't make any sense to me. Chelsea couldn't win a raffle, says Eddie. The Craigie Saka's non-injured, does get the assist in, to be fair. He just doesn't score as much as Palmer. MUFC Oliver, are you doing United later? I am, mate. As soon as this one finishes, I'm going to go and get a drink and nip the loo, and then I'll be back on in about 15 minutes or 20 minutes or so. So yeah, about 1:15 I think I'm live. Who was that? Was that Estevao? Was that Estevao? Yeah, he's some player, him, isn't he? He's some player, that Estevao. What a player he is. What a player he is. He's absolutely brilliant. Oh, it's Andre Santos. I thought it was Estevao. No, Andre Santos skying it from there. Absolutely shocking. Santos, Jesus, what was that? Yeah, it was bad, wasn't it? Really, really bad. Forest on the counter-attack here now. Maybe they can add a fourth. No, slowed it right down again. Oh. Onyeka is having a little bit of a set to with, I don't know who it is on the floor. Is it Nico Williams maybe? A little bit of a scrap on the floor. Now Palace coming forward in the Chelsea-Palace game. Ball into the box. Palace with a chance. Why didn't he hit that? Who was that? Who was that? Number 55. Who are you? Devaney. Is it Devaney that? Why has he not hit him? Look at Glasner. Glasner's screaming at him. Why didn't you hit that? Ah, Palace should have scored there. That was a big chance, that, wasn't it? Ball comes over. All you've got to do is smash that. 3-star Reds. Key, have you checked out the stream on Forest official site of Forest players taking part in a cookery lesson in the kitchens at the club? I haven't, no. What was it? Was there anything particularly insightful said in it? I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not really, believe it or not, I am not really into my cooking and baking and all that. Like, Bake Off doesn't do anything for me. Master Chef, all that, not really my thing. So if it's a version of that, it's full time anyway at the City Ground. I am just watching the last maybe minute and a half of the Chelsea game, but it is 3-1. It's finished to Nottingham Forest in the game at the City Ground. Brentford maybe just coming back into it towards the end, but not quite enough. And now we're on to the last 60 seconds here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea v Palace. Can Palace pinch it? Right, let me change the scoreline and the teams. Right, corner to Chelsea here. This is probably going to be the last chance of the game, you would imagine. Cleared away. And that's your whack. There you go. That's it. M157C for United, pal. You will, lads, lasses. If you haven't yet, please do click up here. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. If you're following on YouTube, like, subscribe as well. I'll be back in about 20 minutes for Manchester United against Arsenal. And I will see you all then. Take it easy. See you soon.